Welcome folks, this is Wear and Tear, yet another outdoor and gear review channel. Today I want to show you a flashlight, the Sofirn S47T. Sofirn was so friendly to send me this light for free for a review. Nevertheless, I will also talk about the weaknesses, of course. Now the S47T is a designated thrower. You see a very deep reflector here. We have an Osram LED D-dome, so a very high intensity hotspot, some useful spill around it. You'll see it in the outdoor shots. Now theoretically the range of this light is over 1 kilometer. In practice I found that realistically on turbo you have a throw of about 200 to 500 meters. It depends on how much moisture there is in the air and the environmental conditions. So, but that's not bad. I mean, 1,000 meters is more theoretical value. They just measure the LED, the intensity of the hotspot. But then 200 to 400, 500 meters is something that you would realistically expect in practice. So it's really an awesome thrower. But again, with useful spill around it, and if you had a diffuser for it, it would be the perfect general purpose flashlight. Now we have a dual switch interface. We have a mechanical tail switch, on, off, and double click I think goes turbo, yes, because now it's in tactical mode. So there's outdoor mode and there's tactical mode, but there's the mechanical tail switch. It's specifically designed so you can also operate it from the side with momentary on. The advantage of this is that in a stressful situation you will always manage to hit the button, and it also makes for a very comfortable momentary on. So the tail switch is a beautiful mechanical tail switch, just the way I really like them on my flashlights. It's perfect for an outdoor and tactical flashlight. Lovely, lovely mechanical tail switch. Then we have the electronic sight switch, with which you go through the modes. And it doesn't matter whether on tactical or on turbo mode. If you hold down the sight switch and then press the rear button, then it comes on with about 1 lumens moonlight mode. So we have a 1500 lumens flashlight that can also do a 1 lumens moonlight mode for map reading, for very fine inspections, you know, see the eye reflex, whatever. So perfect. So user interface, again, as I said, 2 mode groups. Now it's in tactical mode. Turbo is always available. Then you can switch to a few modes with the electronic sight switch. And then if the flashlight is on and you hold for 3 seconds, it's going into outdoor mode. That's the second mode group, and it's, well, much more conservative. Basically you set the mode that you want to have it in, and then the tail switch actuates the mode. So right now I have it in, I think, mid mode, and now mid mode is always coming on when I activate the tail switch. So this is a very civilized mode. And then to go into turbo mode you just double click, so you have the turbo mode again. So perfect user interface. I know compared to the Android lights that Sofirn usually cranks out, it's not as complex, but it's perfectly foolproof, and under stressful outdoor dirty conditions you will be able to handle the light very well, and it will be a very enjoyable experience. To the build quality of the light, beautiful anodization, typical Sofirn build quality that is premium standard, not top high-end premium standards like an O-light and maybe sometimes Nightcore, but very good. Look at the square threads. I had to lubricate them a little bit, they came pretty dry, not a biggie. Now this is special, 2 5000 milliamp 21700 cells. They are in series, so it means you should always use the same cells together because they depend on each other. So you cannot run this light with just one cell, but both those cells are basically a package. You should never separate them. They're married to each other. I'll keep them in this flashlight. So you have a 10,000 milliamp tank. You have a 1,500 lumens LED. That means you have very, very long run times, which is awesome, which is just what I expect from a flashlight that is supposed to be a tool and not like a drag racer. Perfect. This light will go into my car and it will serve me very well in many instances. So, are there any alternatives to this light? Not really. Because this type of design, stick lights, has become, for some reason, a very rare design. You have either very cheap zoom flashlights, really garbage lights, or you have high-end lights, all lights, night cores that cost way beyond 140 euros. Well, we don't want that. We don't want to spend that much money, and we still want good quality. And this is where the Sofirn kicks in, right in the middle. You'll find a coupon code underneath my video, and then typically additional coupons on Amazon, so you can get this light maybe between 60 and 80 bucks, which is a very fair price considering it comes with two very good 21700 cells. Also a charger. The charger is a bit slow, on the slower side. That means your batteries are happy, but the recharging time can be very long, of course. Now, why would I even want to carry a stick light? Isn't that impractical? For some reason, this light looks big, but because of the shape, it's easy to store it in a backpack. If you have decent pants, alright, not jogging pants on, but even they hold up with this stick light. If you have decent pants, you can, or if you have any kind of holster, there are those cheap $5 rotating holsters. You can put it in, you can carry it. It will always fit. It might also fit in a bigger jacket pocket or something like that. So in reality, those lights look big, but they're very portable. It's just very nice to handle a light. You know, it's good to carry a stick, and some people say it's good to carry a big stick, but it's really, there's something about the ergonomics. Stick lights with 18650 cells, they're a little bit thinner. Many people think they're uncomfortable. Stick lights with 26650 batteries, they're much more beefy. Like I have a Workhorse dive light, which is an excellent light in the similar format, comes with 26650, perfect for underwater and everything. But this is the sweet spot. 21700s allow for super high capacity, and at the same time still very portable, very grippable. As for the electronic regulation of the light, it's a buck driver. Basically, I don't really know how that works, but what I know is the online reviews say, the ones who really know say it's a good driver for this type of LED with this kind of setup. They did the measurements. They found that after like 9 minutes, the light steps down to 70% and then keeps that for 2 hours, which 70% of the brightness is still perfect. The light does active temperature regulation. That means depending on the internal temperature, it either regulates the output up or down, so always to keep a safe temperature. And this light does this in very fine little steps that are not visible to the eye, so not aggressively like some older lights from Sofirn, but very, very subtle. So active temperature regulation, of course low voltage protection, reverse polarity protection in case you ever put the batteries in the wrong way. So this light comes with all the bells and whistles despite its conservative design. So if you're looking for a stick light for a reasonable price, the Sofirn S47T probably will just fit the bill. And you can enjoy the outdoor footage, you see what the beam is like. Now, generally speaking, I mean, carrying this light is just awesome. Playing with it, it's practical. It's just there, and just feels good to handle. You can carry it for a long time without getting tired of it. The tail switch is so nice. It's just a perfect mechanical tail switch. They did a great job on that. Well, the downsides, I wish it had a stainless steel bezel that would help with hard falls. There's a little bit of dust in the reflector, which is, I don't like it, but it's more a cosmetic problem. Again, as I said, the threads came without lubrication. The battery tube might be a little bit short. We'll have problem with certain 21700 cells, like with a button top. So it would be nice to have a little bit more leeway there. It comes with double springs and all that kind of jazz. It's just, you know, Sofirn knows how to build flashlights, and they typically are talking to the guys who really know about building those lights and build them to their specifications, more or less. So yeah, heat dissipation is excellent. It's definitely a light that you can just grab, turn on, leave it turn on forever, and it will not overheat. It will not run into any kind of problems. So yes, the perfect outdoor and tactical tool. So if you're working night shift, security, you will be happy having such a light, but also for the car, for general outdoor purpose. If you want a specialized thrower with still a certain amount of useful spill, this is going to be the light for you. Of course, there are a few downsides. It's not quite at the quality level of maybe an Olight or a Nightcore or something like that, but in my opinion it's better, because considering the price, considering the batteries, it's just awesome light, and it will serve me very well. I'm fairly confident. So I hope you enjoyed this review. This was Wear and Tear, over and out.